was going through your mind when I first asked you to do something? Was there a little fear? Did anyone have that sense of, oh, what's she going to make me do? Don't make me touch other people. No, that's usually the men audiences that don't like that. You guys are probably good with it. So you had a little fear around, oh, I don't want to do this. I just want to sit here and watch. You know, this is better than working, but I just want to sit and watch. What about my fear? Have you ever been in a position where you needed to have others do something for you? What about the fear that goes through your head? Oh gosh, am I going to get them to do that? Oh, what if I say it the wrong way? What if they don't like me? What if they think I'm bossy? What if they think I'm rolling over them? Do one thing each day that scares you. And I would bet if you paid attention to your self-talk when you did that one thing each day, there would be signposts pointing to areas of growth for you. I want you to, well, how many of you talk to yourself? Raise your hand. Okay, keep your hands up. Those of you that have your hands up, look at the people that don't have their hands up. And, all right, do we all talk to ourselves? We pretty much do. If you don't have your hand up, you might just be in denial. All right? Trust me, you talk to yourself. She'd taken herself from a confident leader in control of a meeting to complete self-doubt. Now, what happens when your confidence or lack of confidence starts to show? It can be pretty bad, right? I mean, there's times when you want to be yourself and you want to be able to say, you know, I don't know what to do. You guys, help me out. Give me some insight. Sometimes that takes strength to do. But if you're in charge of others and you start waffling, people start, do they treat you with more confidence? No, they start thinking, uh-oh. So there's a technique. Here's your first technique to walk away with. It's called fake it to make it. And we do it in public speaking all the time. I'm faking it right now. You never know. Fake it to make it. Carry on with all the confidence as if you had the confidence. This, by the way, is, I believe, number 207 in my book. I'm just going to touch on a few of these. Act confident. When you do, people will treat you as a confident woman. That results in you feeling more confident. That's number 206. And then 207 is just a reminder that many leaders are often in situations where they have no clue what to do. It's okay not to know. All right, now say it out loud. I can't believe this happened to me. I don't deserve this. A little more drama.
I can't believe this happened to me. I don't deserve this.
All right, now you could have said that in one of two ways. I can't believe this happened to me. I don't deserve this. Or, I can't believe this happened to me. I don't deserve this. Our story is not what happens to us, but what we make of what happens to us. Which one were you? And then about 2 months later, we came back and we got round 2, and then we got a button that said it started. And they changed the button to say, I farted. And then we had to go through some statistical training with a guy with the unfortunate name of Shyster. Do you remember that, Dave? We called it the Shyster training. And so it was very difficult to do, but that's the sort of change that organizations have to go through that seem impossible, yet on the individual level, you're just thinking, I'm sorry, where do I fit in? What are you trying to get me to do? What's my sense? You want me to change? And this could be worse. Well, the title was, the headline was, I was Bigfoot's love slave. They thought that was so funny. They thought that was so funny. And you know, when things happen to you like that, you think, okay, does that hurt my feelings, or do I really think that's funny? And I really did think it's funny, but our story is not so much about what happens to us, but about how we respond to what happens to us, what we make of it. As a woman in the workplace, we can take stabs, and if we see ourselves as being targets, we take it differently, don't we? In fact, number 14, don't ever show defensiveness at work. Even if you have to bury it, don't ever show it. Now, I work with a lot of leaders. When it has to do with defensiveness, it's almost always a gender issue. We women tend to get defensive, and men just don't. I don't know if it's the thicker skin, or we're emotionally charged, or we're wired differently. And not all of us are that way. But there's nothing that will kill productivity more than having to communicate with someone and them getting defensive. All right? It's a problem. It's not necessarily about you. It's not necessarily about your gender. In my case, it was having fun. And I for a split second, I could have looked at it like, oh God, I'm such a loser. And when I see that picture, I really was a loser. What a dork. Oh, that's okay. It was the style of the time, right? So, anytime we have a communication error in our family, our byline is, that's right. That's right. And then a friend of mine was telling me about a restaurant, and he passed on this great restaurant when I was in New York about a year or so ago. And so I went to this restaurant and had a fabulous menu. It was I think it was at the Four Seasons or the Drake or one of those nice hotels. Down at the bottom of the menu, it says, in very pompous New York terms, if you must, we can make you a peanut butter and jelly or a mac and cheese. Peanut butter and jelly, $10. Mac and cheese, $12. You know what I say to that? Exactly. That wasn't a communication error. That was just, I'm not going to pay that. And I realized that the message I was sending myself was that I didn't deserve it because they'd been competing longer. What kind of a belief system is that? Right? I mean, that didn't make any sense, but it's really at some level what I was telling myself. So in the moment, I captured it, and I'm still working on it. I haven't won a match yet, but I haven't started playing again. No one's asked me to be on their team this spring, but I still cannot seem to get over this fact of not being able to trust others. I can't figure out what's with that. So I try to look a little bit farther past. I try to discover what happened to build up to this. And I just can't figure it out. And I said, you know, Tim, you're kind of looking at it like the parallel of an onion where you keep peeling back the layers. And you're looking for more discovery about yourself, and you're looking for more discovery, and you're looking for more. What happens when you peel back so many layers of an onion? What do you get? And eventually nothing. Nothing's there. Insight without behavioral change is useless.